What is going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here with another video for you guys. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. Hopefully, you guys are getting lots of R&R, and hopefully, you guys are having a nice and relaxing weekend. And yeah, and I hope I hope this video is going to be informative for you guys because it's usually this is a little different from what I usually do. I usually do gameplay videos, but I knew after the Magneto Phoenix Force event concluded. I had some time to reflect, and I had some time to basically digest some of the numbers and some of the key facts, and yeah, I wanted to kind of share some of that information with you guys. Before we begin though, I'll just kind of just give you guys an update here with regards to my account. So, yeah, as you guys know, I have my main account and I have a baby account. And apologies, I'm not a picture wizard. So these pictures aren't like to scale and stuff. I want to make sure that the rectangles all match, and then of course it's stretched out some of the photos. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not a master at photography here or anything like that. But anyways, my baby account did get about 40 shards, and my main account we just hit the 5 yellow. But as you guys can see, both accounts did fairly well. I'll kind of tell you guys how many power cores I use for each account so you guys are aware. But yeah, the baby account, we got about 40 out of 130. And the main account, as some of you might know, we did hit the 5 yellow just barely right on the last day. So yeah, and then of course as well, with regards to that, we were able to place fairly decent as well in some of the leaderboards. The baby account was in the top 130 ish, and the main account we hit about 3,000, which is better than what I thought. I really didn't care about this leaderboard, but it ended up working out in our favor. So I mean, I'm not gonna complain about it. So yeah, anyways, so that's kind of just a couple details there. I've got another infographic here. I'll just switch over. Whoop, what am I doing? I got another infographic here. I'll just switch over so you guys are aware of it. But yeah, so overall, we spent about 32,000 cores on my main account, and we spent about 18,250. I rounded it. It was like yeah, it was approximate because there were some days where I actually lost track. I think I might have spent 100 cores or something on something else, and I was like, "Crap! Wait, did I use that? Did I use that on the Magneto event, or did I use that on something else?" But overall, like it's a rough estimate, and it's maybe plus or minus a few hundred cores. But yeah, that was kind of it for my tally. As I already said, we hit the 5 yellow on my main, and then we hit about 40-ish on the baby account. And then I did calculate a shards per ratio, which is about 100 cores per shard for my main. 60, 70-ish, I guess, for the baby account. So it was slightly more efficient. Better drops, but unfortunately, as you kind of use more power cores, it just, yeah, the ratios get totally whacked out because you jump from like 200 cores to 300 cores to 400 cores, and yeah, it just gets crazy, 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 crazy. But anywho, so that's kind of that in a nutshell. And that's kind of that's kind of my two accounts there. So I mean, getting a 4 yellow was definitely doable, but yeah, quite an absurd amount of cores. And you know what? I just gotta say, like, people were saying like, hey, this event was not free to play friendly. This event was terrible. I couldn't even get any yellows on my on and you're not wrong there. I mean, I again, these are two accounts, and this is quite a huge variance, right? I mean, look, the power core difference and the shard difference, like, it is quite a huge variance depending on your luck, depending on RNG. I honestly thought I wasn't gonna make it to 5 yellow until the last couple days, because I gotta be truthful with you guys. I was ready to get my credit card out because I was like thinking, okay, if I'm off by like 20 or 30 shards, that's what's $20 or $30 to me to get a 6 or 7 red, right? So that's kind of my mindset. But of course, after the whole my dealings with Scopely and everything and the customer service side of things, yeah, I was really hoping I wouldn't have to fork out any cash because I'm not happy with these guys. I'm still sort of dealing with them through the customer support side, but yeah, they've just been the same repetitive BS. And I'm sorry, you guys don't need to hear that. But anywho, so people were saying, hey, no, the event was not free to play friendly. It was terrible. His release was terrible. I'm gonna quit the game. And guys, please. We've had several events in the past now. Zombie Castro, Captain Britain, Phoenix Force Omega Red. Like, guys, the events haven't changed all that much, right? Yeah, they did maybe nerf the fragments with regards to the last one. The Kestrel one, I think, awarded 80 shards versus the 60, but they didn't nerf the calendar. They gave the same amount of shards or very similar. And I gotta say, like, from my mindset, and having a baby account as well, that was basically level 70-ish when the event was occurring. Like, that baby account isn't even old, right? It's only about 30 days old, and we were able to net a 4 yellow, right? So I mean, like, I can't really tell you guys, hey, like, it's not free to play friendly. In my mind, it is free to play friendly. But one caveat to that is most of these events that they have, the Zombie Kestrel, Omega Red, Phoenix Force, Magneto, Phoenix Force, they've always been like this, right? That hasn't changed, right? They might have changed some of the nodes, they might have changed some of the fragments, they might have, given us more nodes in the past, but this pattern hasn't changed, right? And we've always had access to it. If and especially if you hoarded power cores and you've been smart with it, it would have been a joke. Actually, I know so many people that still have 20 or 30,000 power cores and they didn't even core for this event and they still got like a 3 yellow on them. So I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say it wasn't free to play friendly because he was accessible. Almost everybody in our alliance has him. No, I stand corrected. Everybody in our alliance has him. They just don't have him leveled up or something. But yeah, it was pretty rare for you not to get him unlocked, and yeah, we shouldn't complain about that. But what I will say is, I'm not taking anybody's side here. What I will say is, it definitely showed us a very, very ugly side of Scopely. Not only were they, you know, yeah, I have swear words. But I want to keep this profesh. They could have handled the whole mess way better, right? They took so long to respond. Even the messaging and the compensation that they, thought was fair, it wasn't fair, right? Everyone should have got it. It wasn't it. The players that did open the orbs early on shouldn't have to get penalized for it because it wasn't their fault. They were just playing the game, and they were playing it like it was intended. But somehow they got penalized for it. On top of that, when I tried to reach out and I said, "Hey, you pulled the event when I had max energy, because I wasn't able to access the game, and the game crashed." Well, guess what? Like, I should have got something back, but nope. And I sent them 7 or 8 tickets, and still the same BS response. So, no. That's a terrible way to address the game, especially when you had a big oopsie, right? So, no. It just showed us a very dark side, right? And if you guys haven't been paying attention already, like, to the stuff that's happening in the game, like, we're just losing stuff. We're losing lots of materials. Like, Jeff the Landshark came into war season rewards, but guess what? Now we lost our T4s to that. The I don't remember the exact name of it. The energy spending event that we have in our milestones. Somehow it went from like 10 milestones to 2, and it used to be like 500k gold, and now it's like 100k gold, right? We used to get tier 20 materials in the leaderboards, but then when they added the purple stuff, they just scrapped it all together. Oh, sorry, not the purple stuff. Sorry. When they added the diamonds, they just scrapped it all together. And those radiant diamond orbs, they're absolute crap. I would rather take I would rather take 2 or 4 orbs of the tier 20 than 20 of those radiant diamond orbs, because they're absolute crap. It's always duplicates, right? So, yeah, I mean, the conclusion of the event, and I feel bad. Like, Magneto really got bashed here because the way his event was supposed to go didn't go the way it was intended. And that's fine, It happens. Crap happens. They could have addressed it in a timely manner, and they could have given compensation out, like, literally the day after, right? If they were going to give that kind of a compensation, they should have just did it the day after, and they didn't, right? They waited, like, until, Friday, Saturday to respond, which is just crazy, because that's, like, the weekend. That's, like, 5 days. 4 days, 5 days, whatever. But, anywho, as you can see, like, it was terrible because of the way they responded, and it just kind of showed a really dark side. Like, hey, they don't give a crap. And it's too bad because I feel like, these free-to-play events, like, it might actually get worse now, right? Like, I don't know. I don't know what the direction has not been great. They're really, really bottlenecking resources for us. And even on my baby account, which I just barely started, there's only so much I can do on it because I can't get anything. Like I have a ton of gold and I have a ton of trading materials, but there's no like blue and purple materials for me to level characters up. Like I can't gear or tier them and I can't do anything. And it's just yeah, and then you kind of have to just keep waiting around, check the store every day or hope to God that the orbs that you get from raids drop the ones you need. But yeah, I mean, I was hoping that the baby account would see a different light versus my end game account, but no, it's the same crap, just a different type of bottleneck resource, right? And yeah, it's too bad because like I said, the game has been I've been playing the game since I'm a launch player, and I gotta be honest, I've seen some spiraling times with the game. It's gone up, it's gone down, it's gone up, it's gone down. But the thing is this game has been going straight down like since last year, and they were never able like if you guys recall, they had that whole gold issue with the token, and then shortly after that they threw some sort of a gold spending event that we've never even heard of, and it basically pillaged everyone's coffers, right? And then from that point on, we never really recovered. Like since the start of the year, I've only really leveled up like 4 characters, which is abnormal for me because like I like leveling my characters up. I like pushing content and playing for the end game stuff. But they've really kicked ourselves in the in the teeth here with all these resource bottlenecks. They haven't really been supportive as well. If you try to reach out to them, they haven't really been great. And there's no updates. Like there's no updates. Actually, it's funny. One week they'll have like 5 different updates regarding 4 different teams, like the champions, the daring warriors, and then you have a week like this where they don't say anything. Oh, and they still screw up something, right? Like like the raids this week. So I don't know. I don't know. The state of the game is pretty bad. I feel like right now it's in a bad shape. But what I will say is this. Um, Even despite all this stuff that's going on, like all the the negativity and all the things that are going on right now with the game, um, stay with your community. Like it's a great place, right? Talking to your alliance mates, the Discord, the envoys, communicate, right? That's kind of been the highlight that I've been focusing on. So yeah, it's too bad. Like I wish the event went the way it was supposed to, and people would have got more stars on them. I for sure want to get more stars on them. I recall when I did my Omega Red Phoenix Force one, we were pretty close to a 6. Like it was a good one. It was really solid. And then they screwed us by not giving us extra shards on his event when it came back, and that's why it just hasn't recovered since that. Like the whole year has been just an absolute crap show, right? We haven't heard anything from Ryan Jacobson yet, even though he said he was going to give us an update. Like, where's that update? Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird situation right now. But, anyways, um, I just wanted to kind of bring your guys' attention to, like, how much I spent in terms of the power cores. And hopefully it gives you guys an idea for future events. Because at this point, so we have another leaderboard coming next week. Yeah, I'm not partaking in that. Like Odin Diamond leaderboard, like no thank you. Like that's gonna be crazy. And then yeah, we'll keep playing Marvel Horde Force with the power cores. It's not a fun way. I hate playing Horde Force. It's boring. I don't like it. Some people like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But that's the only way you can stay competitive, especially with these dumb events that require so many power cores. Like look how many power cores I spent. Like it's crazy. And we don't really need the L4s and the L5s. We have an Nihilus around the corner. So, very likely, I'm probably going to be hoarding up until he comes out. And it's probably going to be like March or April or something. So, we'll see how many power cores we can hoard up. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to let you guys know about what my thoughts were. And apologies. Like, I don't mean to, I don't mean to put a damper on anyone's spirit on the weekend. It's just, yeah, it's a little sad. I just thought it was kind of sad and it needs to be brought up, right? Like, we had a really hyped up character and they totally botched it on us. And then of course as well, um, you know, mistakes happen, and I totally understand that. I make mistakes all the time. My family makes mistakes all the time, and we learn from them, right? But here's the thing with Scopely. They make a million mistakes and they never learn from it. Like, just put a test server. Try it out on there before you launch it live, right? There's a million things they could be learning from and they never do it. Like the raids, giving infinite energy this week. Like, hasn't that happened before? I don't know. They're just not learning, right? They're not learning, and it's like talking to a wall, and that's too bad because yeah, the game's state of the game state is in pretty bad shape. It's in tethers right now, right? And I really hope really hope it does turn around because I'm a big Marvel fan and I'm a big fan of this game, and it sucks, right? It's the community right now that's holding me together. If it wasn't for my alliance, if it wasn't for my Discord, if it wasn't for the people that I play with, if it wasn't for the great community of YouTube, I would have probably quit the game ages ago. But anyways, that's my 2 cents, guys. I hope maybe this was informative. I'm not sure if it was or not, but gives you guys an idea of how many power cores I did spend, and probably most likely for future events as well. Keep in mind that that's something that's probably going to be lingering in the back of your mind, and yeah, just Marvel Horde Force, right? Otherwise, guys, I do hope you guys have a lovely weekend. I hope you guys have a fantastic time to relax and recharge because we've got a pretty jam-packed week next week. So we'll see you guys then. Take care, stay happy, stay healthy, all that.